Hello everyone, it's Sue here from Scrappy Doo Sue. I've come on today, this evening, to do another episode of the altered book. Now at the moment, what I decided to do was to just start covering the first quarter of the pages. We're not putting any embellishments in yet, or ephemera. We're just covering the pages, so I'm hoping it's not going to be too boring for you all. But so far we have, so this, for any new subscribers, welcome to my channel. Any returning subscribers, you probably already know if you've watched the previous couple of videos of this. This is now episode 3, I think, 3 or 4 anyway. So this book I altered, and by that I mean I did the tearing out of the pages, etc., making pockets, following Gail Agostinelli's video way back in 2019, before I even had a channel or even thought about having a channel on YouTube, where I was just, you know, doing my own thing at home. And I put it on the shelf and I never got it out. So Tammy Antwerp and Dee Dee in Dee's Crafty Place and Tanya at Touchy Treasure have all been doing altered books recently, and also Barbara at 39 Dragonflies. So I thought, oh, that reminded me, get it out, get it sorted, do it. So here we are. I'm finding it a bit overwhelming. It seems big. Last time I flicked through it, when I counted the pages, and I didn't even write down how many there were, so I can't remember now. It's on that video, the last one, I think. I noticed there were some spare pages in between some of these, which I don't know what happened towards the end, whether I just forgot and left them or what, I don't know. But I've been through since, and I've gone through now and updated the whole lot. I haven't inked round anything, only bits as I've gone along. So I thought what we'd do is maybe do the first quarter, cover it all, and then we'll go back and start putting things on the pages like pockets and things. That's kind of how I think it's going to work, but I'm not sure. It's a movable feast. I think it could change as time goes on. It just depends on and how it sort of works out. Sometimes putting ephemera in, i.e. pockets and tucks and all sorts of things, and then the journal cards and all the other bits and pieces, tags and things, sometimes that can take up a lot of room and make it all bulky to actually carry on this part. So I don't know. Anyway, I hope you bear with me, and I'm using various kits. So the main kits I'm using is the Bohemian Dreams kit by Linedotarrow. I'm using the Bohemian kit by Wicked Ivy. Wicked Pixy, sorry. And I'm using Janeyb's Bohemian kit as well, because there's some lovely background papers in that. And I'm also using some papers by Phaedra 2, I think it's Roman numerals 2, Phaedra 2, P-H-E-R-D-R-A 2, who I found on Etsy when I searched for Bohemian kits, and she has a Bohemian Lady papers, they're called, and some ephemera bits, so I've printed those out. So those are the main kits I'm using. I went through them at the beginning, first couple of episodes, so I won't go through them again. I try and mention whose is whose as I'm using them. So let's just quickly recap. So this one here is the first page. I'm not sure what I'm doing with these pages yet. I've left those. So we've got side tuck here, and a side tuck that goes the length of the page there, and the first page. Then we've got this lovely page here, and I've put trifold on as a pocket, which is one of Linedotarrow's. I think this is Linedotarrow's paper too. That's now got the side pocket in there. Then on the back, we've got this one. I'm not sure if these are Wicked Eye. No, I'm not sure if these might be Linedotarrow's Bohemian Dreams. I think they are. So that's a double page there, and that's just plain pages here, not a pocket. So on the back we've got 2 more plainer pages here. So I thought today we'd do those, and we'll do this, because we've got 2 tucks here and here. We've got to do the backs and the front, so they're not stuck down yet. So I'm going to see if we can do these 2 and these, and then we'll see what the time is before we carry on. So the next one is that one and a plain sheet. So I am conscious that I do want to put some bits in journaling pages throughout the book, but for now we're going to, so I thought for these 2 pages here, now these book pages are quite tall, well they're 9 inches I think, if I remember. Let's just measure again. So yeah, just 2/8 over 9 inches. So of course any horizontal pages, and this I did print double-sided, any horizontal pages won't fit completely to the bottom, so we're going to have to add something down here, or even up here, or maybe have it in the middle and have something at the back. So I do like that idea of having something at the back, or we could just have it in the middle because we've got no writing showing on the book, and we could actually stamp round the edges and have a stamped area for a change. So that would be quite nice. So let's just tear this paper up. I'm going to tear it with a normal ruler. Am I or not? I'm just looking to see where my tear ruler is now. I thought I was all organised. Oh, it's hiding. I just get that. Sorry. Oh gosh. Right. let's see. So we might as well, I think, tear it in half. I think that's a good idea. I'm just going to crease down there. So I want to get rid of these white edges, really. So let's have a look at doing that. Now, sometimes I cut these down. I don't know how this is going to tear. This, I don't get on very well just lately with this tear ruler. So I think I'm going to cut it. My gut's telling me cut it, don't tear it, you ruin it. So I did print this on slightly thicker paper. It depends really on whether I've doubled up some of the pages, because some of the book pages are doubled up, which makes them a nice thickness and makes it a bit sturdier. But if they're not, then I've kind of printed a few pages on the thicker, slightly thicker paper, so that, you know, it helps to make the book a bit sturdier. Okay, so I'm going to use my guillotine. As we've cut round, we will keep it up. Some pages will be cut, some will be torn. You know, it's going to be a mixture, I think. I don't think there's any rule that says I have to stick to one or the other. So if we go in the middle of that centerpiece there, and just cut down there like that. Now, let's get the book back. Okay, so if we had, yeah, so you have to kind of stick it. So that's going to be a bit too wide for that one. That's actually good. There's not really much of a play around there, so don't think I need to put anything behind that. This one, I think, we'll take a tiny bit off, and we'll take it off this side where these roses are. I hope everyone's doing okay. I think, let's have a look. Leave that a minute. So we have to put this up like this. I'm trying to do it so that you can actually see. So if I turn it round the wrong way, so I'm going to have to glue it flat like that. So I still want a bit more off. So let's again cut another bit off there. I'm going to put that away, thinking that and hoping that that's it now. So it's not that way, that's So I've got the book round the wrong way, bear in mind, I have to remember that, so it's not upside down, so that's fine, that will be fine. So I think what we do, I think we'll go down the bottom and we'll put something along the top. That's what I think we'll do now, because the writing is not really that visible. I'm having it there and that there, like so. So I like that because it's kind of a double page. Okay, so we said we'd have something at the along the top, so let's find something. So we've got this, that's quite nice. I've got some scraps already, so I'm just getting those out to see. Don't want to use that one. Just have a quick look in this folder and see if there are any other scraps already that we can use up. Otherwise we get left with lots of scraps and bits and pieces that, you know, can't really use again, only for scrappy projects. So we'll just, I think we will just cut into another sheet. That's what I think we'll do. So I've just got Janeyb's kit out because she's got some nice plain background sheets, which I think would be nice. So I think that one would be nice actually. So I'm trying to keep them in their sections for you so I can tell you what's what. So I think this would be nice, have these at the top. So I think we'll go for a piece of that right along the top. So I'm just going to use a normal ruler for this. I'll make it a little bit longer because I've got to cut that band off. Okay, let's just cut that off while we're at it. Oh, my hand's a little bit shaky today. I do beg your pardon. I haven't been overindulging on the alcohol or anything. I don't want you to think that. I have an underactive thyroid. Some days my hands can be quite shaky. I expect anyone else who suffers from that knows what I mean. So that can go underneath the back piece. Right, okay, let's move those and let's get these down. I think we're going to ink around the edge. So I have bought myself some Vintage Photo Distress Oxide. So it's very odd for me to have a great big ink in front of me. My other inks, my distress inks, are all minis. Inky little ones, which I like. They're alright, they do the job. And I don't want to go buying a load of big ones that might dry out before I get a chance to use them. And anyone who knows me knows Vintage Photo is my favourite really. So I just go around those edges because of the white fibres. Okay, so now we want those kind of down here like so. Okay, oh, seems to be a bit of paper stuck. I'll just get that out. Now that's not where I don't think I tore anything out of there. I'm just giving that a rub down to get rid of it. Okay, so we put this kind of here, like so. I like to have a little bit around the edge, and I will go around and ink these off camera. So we're going to have that there and kind of that equal. So we want this kind of here. So if we, okay, so if we tear this one down here like so, I hope hopefully that's going to be okay. I mean, obviously I've got to turn it around. It's a little bit wide. How did I manage that? Right, so, okay, that's the top of that one. And then this one, put those down there for a second. I find manipulating this book quite difficult. That's the other thing I've noticed about an altered book, to be honest. So I think we'll do the same again. And just, so yes, it's not the best thing to manipulate. I think sometimes it's hard to manipulate a journal that you've made yourself, when you've sewn in the signatures. I always find that harder to manipulate. Somehow this book is harder. But bear in mind, I altered it at a time when I didn't really know what I was doing at all. So to make sure, right, okay, so we'll get this page down first, I think, and then we can judge the other one by this one. So I think, right, because this is slightly thicker, and just ignore the back of it, I will use a bit of this collage. See, this is the bit I like the best. Pulling off that lovely cap of glue. That gives me great satisfaction. And then obviously I can go around those corners, because my experience of this collage is that it does not glue down very well, and you have to be careful with some of these things that I've noticed, because I got something out that was looking at something that I'd made a long time ago, and you know, over time glue does dry out. Right, so I just want to get the glue stick. Hold on, I should have thought of this. My thumb, this left thumb, does not want to work very well, so I'm just going to put that down for the top piece, because it's slightly thinner paper, so got to kind of get that down at the same time if we can. Try and get that as straight as we can. So that still looks like it's, this is where I become a complete glue mess, so that is fine there. That doesn't want to. So again, this, even though I've kind of measured it, it does seem like it's a bit too wide. So just going to take, I'm going to have to clean my scissors, but since I've been using this collage, they're really gunky. Oh, really gunky. Never had to clean them ever before. They've always been fine. So that's that page. So yes, I can see you need to. So I end up using 3 glues. That. Just go right up there as far as I can. And anyway, at the end I shall address all that. So we're going to have to turn this around the wrong way so that you can see. So let's get the glue stick along the top. Probably shouldn't have gone right to the top. And we'll put this piece down here. See, that's not stuck down there, I can see while I'm here. This is coming to an end now. Have bought another one of those, so I'm quite pleased about that, because I do like that glue. I like that one, and I like the Cosmic Shimmer. those two I think are my favourites. Right, so I have to line this up. Don't want my head to be in the way, so I'm going to line that up like this. Like so. Like that. And then I must make sure this is up the right way. So that was in the middle. So then I need to get some collage onto this. Actually, I have used quite a bit of this collage. I do keep closing it though because the smell is awful. Not at all healthy. It gives me a headache, so I know it's not healthy. So this time, there's nothing coming out. What's going on? Don't want to open it too wide because it just pours out. So if I don't squeeze it, it just seems to come out on its own, but at a nice pace. So what I'll do this time is, and I'm just going to shut that again. Excuse my arm. Right, over there. Is we'll just go round this with a bead of this. Not very straight, I'm afraid, with my shaky hand today, but we'll do the trick. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I haven't sorted this out. I'm so sorry. I've got to sort that cable out. I really have. I did actually say to my husband, don't touch it next time. You know, we never fall out, but we nearly did have a falling out over it. Okay, this is going to be very difficult to get this manoeuvred. So this piece is not going to be quite as gappy at the side as the other side of the book, but that's fine, as long as it's looking okay. That's the main thing. Yeah, that looks a bit... Anyway, I think what we'll do is probably be putting pockets on anyway, doing something with it. So, and we will be inking around it. So I think that's okay. So that's that page done. Okay, so now I have to remember that I had these glued. These are double pages, so this page is going to be glued to this one now. So let's just do that. Oh, it's awful. The cable is right in my way. Totally forgot about that when I started this video. So sorry. Well, if it's not one thing, it's another, isn't it? I wish I had a room that I could just say is my room and nobody comes in except me. Don't touch anything. Don't touch my things. That's better. So that's a nice thick page then to stick this down on once we stick it down. So we're going to fold those back in this way because we don't want that fold on the outside of the pocket, but you don't want to fold it right up to the crease of the book. So I want it like that. Okay. Let's do the same with this one. So that one's fine. Again, I've got to glue those two together. For some reason, and I don't know why, I had put a thumb hole in this one but it's at the back of this one. So that's a bit odd really, because I didn't do the same on this side. So now I've stuck that down, I'm thinking, shall I just stick that down? Not, so you don't want pocket here, then immediately another pocket here, and then pocket here, do we? Maybe I'll just, I don't know, let's, because then I'm going to have to cover it. Think about that thumb hole. And it's going to be a very flimsy pocket. So I think I'm not going to use that as a pocket. I think I might have got confused at the time. Just checking that those are more or less the same kind of height, these pockets. And that one's not quite, so I just, although the way the book sits from left to right, it's very difficult to get it completely even on both sides, because that looks different. It looks higher anyway, because it is higher. It looks, the pocket looks higher for that reason. Right, okay, so now we want the pieces we picked out. So I thought I'd quite like these pieces down here, like that, which would be quite nice for journaling, I thought. And then at the back of the pocket, I really quite like this. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to attempt this. So, right, let's just get the edges off this first of all. Now this is thinner paper, so I am going to try and, okay, I need to just pin, everything's falling down today. Oh, tired as usual. Tired but eager to do my book. That's good. I don't know if I'm going to be able to manage it this side so well. Find these very thin strips difficult. That's why I tend to cut around them with the scissors. I don't want to take too much of this off. And that started off very well. That's okay. Don't know that that's completely straight. Okay, right, we'll just leave that bit for now. This does not want, so we'll try this way around. Okay, well, we've just ruined the edge of that. I knew this was a mistake. I should just stick to what I know. Look. Okay, leave it, Susan. Just leave it alone. Yeah, I'm going to cut it. Sorry. I can at least cut fairly straight when I'm following a line. She says. Right. I wonder if this will fit into the guillotine. It might do now. I've cut it down a bit. I just want to straighten that edge. I don't like it. Like that. That will be fine, I think. Okay. All right. How many minutes are we at? Oh, 29 already. Gosh. Right. So we want a piece over here like this. Let's going to be in there. Because it's behind the pocket, I'm not going to glue it too far in. Let's just see, about there, I think. About there. See, does that look like? Come away as far as I can. I think that's just about half, so I think I'm going to, if I cut it in half, I just want to make sure now that this is going to fit. Bit of a gap around there, so am I going to just stick with just one piece? I think I will. This will do one side, so we'll cut that. Might just about get away with it, we don't know. Okay, let's quickly ink round this. I try, and you know, everything, I'm trying to avoid that cable, which is making things very awkward. I could cheerfully ban my husband in this room forever, but he has to do that radio show, so right near me. I mean, how he thought that was going to be a good idea, I don't know. Honestly, don't know. So we want to do is get that in position there. So we want to make sure it's down to there, and we only need it to be, I'd say, there. So just cut that now. I must be quicker. I think that's the trouble. I'm panicking because I think I'm going to be taking a long time. Okay, let's see. Everything's knocked down. Right, so we want it down to there and there. So that's where we want it now, like that. Okay, so let's glue this. My glue book. It's all trial and error, really, isn't it? With this, hoping that it's going to look, I think this part of it takes a bit of time, but I think it's well worth it in the end, because then you can really go to town with the decorating, can't you? So I want it there. So I want it, yes, I want it over that number in particular. So we want it flat, like that. swish down with the bone folder, and that's good. That's going to be good, right? Okay, so have we got, we're not going to use that pocket, but we're going to have to leave it there. So have, well, that's going to be much lower down, if you see there. We're not keen on that, so we're not going to use that piece. So what else can we use? So let's have a look. What else will fit in with this? That would, we could use that up. So just hold that up. Like that. That would be good. Like that. And it's on the back of this one. So we want it more or less lined up, so we want it above that number there, just under that thumb hole, which we're not sure what we're doing with, and we want it to come down to about there. Okay, the pocket part of it I'm not keen on having to cover. I'm not sure how I'm going to get on with that, whether I've picked the right piece of paper for that either. Right, I'll just give that literally a touch of ink to cover up the white, and give it some glue. I know this is slightly thicker, this paper, but it's going behind that pocket, and what I'll do is I'll check around the edges when it's dry and see whether it did. This Scotch glue stick is quite effective, I have to say. So I just want to bring it to me just quickly, and I think we'll have that piece up the top so that I can position it as well as I can. And then trying to burnish it on the side where you've got all the lumpy bumpy bits underneath is not easy. So that's those two done. They are even, but they don't look even when you've laid the book flat. Okay, now it's these. So now we want to cover these, because I'd like to fold the paper over the top of that edge just to give that a bit of strength. So I was wanting to use, so let's cut around this quickly. Okay, let's move this book again. The cable is in such a position that I could easily cut it with these scissors up this to this height. Don't think my husband would be very happy if I did that, would he? It's just that I need to have it up my phone on charge really when I'm doing this, because the worst thing that can happen to you is that the battery dies. Although you can splice, you know, videos together. I'm just concentrating on this bit first. So now I'm going to have to actually add a piece up here. So I want it down there like that. I want it kind of to the edge where that one is. Again, I don't know if we have enough. So we have it there. Let's just see. There's the guillotine. And can I see my mark? There it is. Just checking to see, is that the mark there? No, it's there. Good job I checked. There's a fly in this room today, buzzing around. Absolutely annoying they are. I swear they follow us around the house, Paddy and I. I told Paddy it's him. He's attracting the flies. Oh, did you notice I hadn't actually... No, that's right. Because Susan, you're going to get all confused. Now, we want that kind of down here like this. To about there. And then I want to fold some over, so I want it, where's my ruler? So if I fold it about there, I think, so if we make a little line there, and tear that. Okay. And we're going to stick that down there, folding it round. Folding it round. Let's have a look at that. Yep, that's going to work okay. Right, so before we do any more, I want a piece up there. So how about we take a piece of that and make it about there. Let's give that an ink, even though it's probably not going to be really seen. I just know it's done. So we're going there and there, and then going to put it there, and we're going to fold that over about there. See what that looks like underneath there. I might have to just cut a snippet off the, so that needs to be folded like that. Right, that ruler is annoying me. Okay, so that somehow got to go like that. Right, I think we're going to glue that down where it is a moment. like that. Making sure that looks okay. Yeah, that's perfect. I think that's perfect. So I've got to make sure that that lines up with that. So when we go to embellish the page, we could cut this out, somehow embellish that at the top there. I think that would be nice. Keep that to one side. So I will deal with that piece on the other side of the sec. So while it's in position like it is, I'm just pulling that up a slight. I just want to bring it down a touch. This is fiddly. This is very fiddly. I know Tammy did this on a couple of her pages and she made it look really super easy. Tammy, you made it look super easy. By making a pig's ear of it. Oh dear, I'm getting all... And the fly is really irritating me. Oh, buzz off, fly. See, he flew past me then. It's taunting me. Paddy's trying to catch him, but he never does. I mean, he's just not a fly catcher, really. See what I mean about the pages being quite, not thin, but not thick either. Okay, that should be enough. Right, let's just keep that in place. And get that down. Like that. Phew, that was difficult. I don't like that crease on that book page. Don't want that quite so tight. That will do. That will not. I don't want to say that will do because I don't want it to be just making do. Right, so we're going to snip that off there like that. Get rid of that annoying piece. And then we're going to glue that flap down and glue that one down. Like that. And then we're going to glue the flap down here. So we're just going to put some on there like that. Just turn it over. And then all I want to do now is I want to glue down this side and along there. Sorry, I think I hit you again. The only thing I'm worried about with this paper of this book, and it's not like it's really, really old, this book, it's not at all, it's not a vintage book by any means, is that I think it's quite porous paper. So I think more modern books were made slightly differently, the paper. You know, it's all about recycling and all of that. So the quality of paper is not brilliant. So I think that's one thing to take into account when you're actually looking for a book to alter. And that's now, obviously, hindsight is great. I've learned a lot since I've been crafting already, since I did this book. So, you know, I just because it was a book I'd bought and I thought I didn't like reading it. It wasn't a story, which just wasn't my thing. Sometimes that happens. And I thought that, oh, well, you know, I was watching Gail and I just thought, oh, I could do it with that book. I could do it now while she's doing, you know, while she's on. And so I did. And so I just didn't think about any of that. Size of the book, quality of the book pages, any of that at all. I just went ahead and did it. We're going to make it nice. We're going to make it into a nice sturdy book. Okay, so now we just have to cover this side. So we won't have enough with that side. We need another piece. We need another piece of paper. So just looking to one side to see what I've got that I think will fit in. And I think just pausing you for one moment. Sorry about that, I'm back. Okay, and I have adjusted that cable back to how it was, so hopefully there will be no more making you feel dizzy. I do apologise for that. So I found some more paper. I'm pretty sure these are out of the kit by, now I've forgotten. These are out of the kit by, let me see, I think they're out of Linedotarrow's Bohemian Dream. Hopefully I got that right. Okay, so I've found the piece to go up there. It's all ready to go, so we're just going to glue that down over here like so. Just making sure that that is lined up there. Okay, I know you can't see me very easily. It's not very easy this way round. I just want to make sure it's lined up with the other page there. Okay. That is about right. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take this off and glue this down first. This is the small corner piece. Like that, and then we'll glue this book. I think it's easier sometimes to glue the actual page. Quickly maneuver that piece. Oh gosh, get into a sticky old mess. So, oh, now my neighbour's drilling. Right, so it's time for me to say goodbye, I think. Goodness me, no warning about that whatsoever. I am so sorry. Right, let's get this on and then we'll call it a day. Right, I'm going to have to stop, say goodbye. I'm really sorry because I don't know how long it's going to go on for. Anyway, I'll see you again next time. Sorry about that. Bye-bye.